This is your daily market recap for Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka The Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. Beware the Ides of March. Hopefully you're surviving. A little up and down everywhere. Certain things staying low, certain things holding up. Let's talk about it all. If you have any questions about the markets, thoughts, concerns, please leave a comment below. Please reach out. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Do a ton of live events as well. Get involved. When they say the student is ready, the teacher appears. Let's get into it. So what did we see today? Credit Suisse issue. Seeing talked about, bank needing help. They're going to get a bailout. Saudi Arabia doesn't want to pump money in. Private money doesn't want to pump money in. Sounds like a bank on the precipice of what? The end of life, essentially. Is they going to get bailed out? Does Europe want to take over? Thing that I just continue to tell people, watch the financials. Watch what's happening in commodities. Because again, tech might be holding up. Certain tech, not all of it actually. It's not that good. I'm telling you, the market is not bottoming at the moment, and nothing in my mind says you're at a bottom when everyone's bullish. Just keep that in mind. Like the highlights of the news cycle are trying to get people to be excited about what's to come. And as I've said this, and I'll say it again, whether it's American, whether it's European, whether it's Japanese, whatever debt that has negative yields or low interest rates, mark to market is worthless. Nobody wants a 30-year negative, no, a 100-year negative bond from the ECB, or whatever you name the interest rate for whatever country. It's junk. And so how they mark that to market, whatever. Like, good luck. I don't know. So at this point, if you have questions, thoughts, please be careful. Manage your positions. Be smart. I'm telling you, be smart. If you're concerned about something that's holding up, make sure you short it near the highs. If you have something that's working and it's going down, let it run. That's the hardest part, is like chop, chop, chop precedes the what? The drop or the pop. And we're going to talk about a lot of these tech names because I think a lot of people, again, they're just blowing out their brains trying to be like, oh, it hasn't failed yet or it's not doing this. Okay. Again, if you had financials, you have certain techs, you had certain particular names, they're working, certain ones aren't. And so that's how you also can confirm the market's not bottoming if Apple is holding up at 153. Okay? Keep an eye on that. Let's just be logical. If you have any questions, please hit me up on Twitter as well. It's a good place to start posting what we're up to. Muck around and find out. If you're newer to trading and you want to learn, this is a good back to basics. All of the education series. I have a website here. Check this out. It'll be in the link below, or just go to www.thetradingagent.com. It'll take you to the homepage. Go to Back to Basics series. It's there. I don't know why. For some reason, the site's got Google, but whatever. It's a good place to start. Again, you have to be willing to commit. When I say commit, you're not going to show up to trading well, doing and expect to do well. And if you get lucky, it's the worst thing ever. Because then guess what? It's not sustainable. You got lucky. It's like finding Nemo. No, it's like getting lucky at something and then thinking you're good at it. Oh, you hit a jump shot in a basketball game. Are you really that good? No. Can you go play in the NBA? No. Can you compete at a top level? No. You just hit a shot. So you need practice. Practice? Let's get into it. Bitcoin. Got to hold up in here this mid-24s, 24,000 level. I struggle with what's going to do next, but I could always see, just like gold, everything gets smoked down if the market rolls over, or if some like fake headline that everything's fixed. I mean, personally, I think it is actually holding up really well considering what's going on. So, but it could be in a trading range. That's the hardest thing here. Oil. Warned folks. Said oil could get slammed. There you go. Breaks the range. Gets close enough. Now, at this point, would I start looking? No. I personally don't think we're anywhere close to a VIX spike into the 40s, 50s, 60s, and a market bottom. What does that show you? It's just like, whoa. Recession might be greater and deeper than they're trying to pretend it's not. If oil gets absolutely, curb stomped, teeth kicked in. That's not good. Watch the 60s, but I'm telling you, don't catch the falling knife. Because if you guys remember, This, I mean, negative futures, are we going to get there again? I mean, I highly doubt it. But oil is very economically sensitive, so just don't be surprised if it does what? Holds here or folds here. And if you have to trade it, define your risk, have stops. Natural gas, I don't even know why I just said nothing to talk about. I just have no desire to play in this. I think it's going to be choppy, sloppy. Dollar popped today, sold off, but held the 100-day. Again, if I'm the Feds, I want to see Europe do what it's got to do to figure out its catastrophe that's coming as well. I would want the dollar to hold up if I'm them. The BRICS, all these other countries trying to push a currency that is not the dollar, I would try to stand strong. If I was them at this point, watch for dollar volatility. TLT, you would think the market, as weak as it is, the bonds would be rallying. Inflation? Question mark? Stuck? Man, that's some pretty impressive volatility. I don't know. VIX closed at 27. I tried to warn folks every video. I'm like, it could be chop around for the VIX, but when it goes, it's going to go, and I don't think we've gone yet. Next level of higher highs. Talk about the compression. You're welcome if you bought puts down in here. Now, some things obviously aren't working as well as others, but here's the thing. Don't be surprised if certain things go down faster as the market potentially chops and holds up. It's very similar, like for solar versus, not for solar, but like financials versus, and materials versus tech. That can flip around pretty quickly. And the market could stay weak and certain things could lead and certain things could drop. Either way, define your risk. Try not to get too emotional about it. If you're pissed off, get mad, whatever. It's not going to do anything. It's like missing a 3-foot putt as a golfer. Well, you got to go to the next hole. And I've said this all the time. You got to be able to move on beyond your mistakes, define your risk, but also be comfortable if you're losing sometimes. You can't let it just trash your mind. SPY, gaps down, rallies back, OPEX. I mean, if I flip this over, you'd be like, oh, it's bullish, but now down here it's holding. We talked about holding 381. Okay. Does it need a rally to the 20-day? I'd probably not, but that rally and now it chops. I mean, the gap did not close. So, again, we'll see. It's Thursday. Tomorrow, ChopX. It's hard to know for sure of anything. Just the trend is down, in my opinion. It's just when we get there, QQQ holding on for dear life over the 20-day. Woohoo! It's all good, right? Okay. You're at some major resistance here around the 299 area, 300. Right? This little box and one, if you know a basketball reference. There's going to be a lot of defense here. I'll just take it up to right there. Yeah. How much higher can it go? I personally don't think much. I mean, if you go zoom out, which you always should. Again, I do a date. I mean, I could literally do a recap on the weekly or monthly on its own for every stock. Looks like it's compressing before it goes lower. Right? Holding up. It's trying to, right? You look at the monthly, people are like, oh, I'm bullish. I'm like, you are high as a kite to think that this run is over just on the first down touch. I mean, people don't remember. It's going to be choppy. And now is every iteration the same? No. But look at this long wick yesterday, or not yesterday, last month. It's holding up. Is this going to turn into a left-right combo with cheese? That's what I would be anticipating. This is just the wick. You just happen to see it. It's like, if you looked at the wrong time of the month on this chart, you'd be like, oh, it looks bullish. Burnt. That's my guess. It's just a matter of when, not if. Oh, people are so get emotional. IWM holding, trying to, chopping. We'll see what happens down here. Again, this is a major area. They better hold on for dear life. DIA broke the December lows. Hey, not so hot. Back testing old trend line. Chopping, whatever. Decent volume, but do you trust it? Again, I mean, this is what's so hard about. Right now, right here, again, I probably wouldn't be shorting. I'd look for bounces, but we'll see. Gold added back dust put calls today. I actually did that. And the reason why, I was like, and I'll show you here at GDX. I can define my risk. Didn't buy a ton. Didn't go crazy. Bought 5 puts. 5 calls on the GDX. Again, I'm not shorting gold. Gold can be do different than the miners, obviously. Back test the trend line. Fills the gap. I guess the gap technically is up here. Gets into the zone, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we'll see if it holds up. Silver, to be bullish on this stuff, it's like, look at this. Does it look that good? I mean, does it look like silver? Or sorry, does it look like gold near their highs, filling these gaps up here? 100-day. Man, the volume increased on the selling. Oops. 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 We'll see. Right? I don't know. Again, GDX. Now here you go. This is why I was watching it. I got in definitely way late and didn't see it, but it's like, oh, back test again. Don't bring a ruler. Back test this, the 50-day. That candle doesn't really look that hot to me. Gap up, close right at yesterday's close. We'll see. Again, define your risk. I'm not like going all in short miners, but I think there's a trade there. GDXJ, I was watching this hit this old little spot of importance that I've, zoom, doom, 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 doom. This line goes back for what seems like forever, ever. Make a slightly higher high, and then watching the close, I'm like, that doesn't really look that good. We'll see. Again, it's subjective, right? AG. Again, when I scrolled through the miner, I'm like, oh, okay. We talked about this level getting up here. That's not ideal. Could it high and tight would be good if it was bullish. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't really look that good. Gaps up and then 8 EM, gaps up, chops around. Again, all these names look very similar. Newmont, sorry, that was up. Closed near the high of the day, but this thing has been absolutely has teeth kicked in. Yeah, that's the only hesitancy. I mean, if you start drawing some of this stuff here, I can draw it for you since that's my. I guess that should be my job, right? Where would you say? Maybe. Yeah, that gap right there, somewhere around 46. Could it go? Sorry, not 46. Yeah, I guess it is. 46s. Probably not much left in the tank. Unless it is, and then it goes. PAAS. PAAS. Pops. And again, I just saw all these. I'm like, I don't think they look that good. Anyway, tech. Wow, some of the dumbest people on FinTwit, StockTwits, Twit, saying this is an AMD breakout. Is it? Is it? Feels just like a choppy, sloppy mess here, and you're into these like VAP zones. Sorry, down here. Was it this one? Yeah, you're into this VAP zone. Could it go a little higher? Again, we talk about traps. Goes lower than you think. Goes higher than you think. Is it really about to break out? It's really hard to believe that. Chip glut, everything that's going on. It's really hard to believe that. NVIDIA holding up, chopping. Does it need to do this before it fails? I don't know. Who knows? People are saying, well, maybe it holds up into their investor day next week. It's like, does it? Does it not? 21st? I mean, if the market rolls, I don't. Nothing's safe. We'll see. I personally have patience. I guess it's easy to buy the NVDS in the 19s and just hold on to it. We'll see what happens when it happens. Again, I'm in the puts that I have. Again, I've got April. Just trying to be super duper patient. Trade around them here and there. Again, I just don't want to overtrade this stuff because I know how this all. I guess I don't know anything for certain, but I feel like I know how this ends. And if I can define my risk and be comfortable with it, patience paid off, just like it did with financials, right? Taiwan Semi. This is another, but here's again, this is one that's acting right? We talked about like, hey, this thing getting up to here makes a new low today now. Wicks back. Okay. It's broken the trend line. Like, that's the thing. Zoom out. Like, okay, well, when's it going to go? It feels like it's trying to go. So things that look bearish, right? You pull up SMH. Really didn't have much going on today. Tried to wick up, filled the gap. I mean, it just, first dip getting bought. It's just creating another chop. Like, I guess this is the king of chop before it drops when it does this stuff. All right. Just in my mind, a matter of when. In my mind, I've gone to Carolina. No, here you go. Adobe. This thing is just dog crap. Not acting well. Apple trying to hold up. Posted like this thing has to break the 20-day. Could not break it today. Chopping around. Does it get up to 54? If you have bullets, that's where I'd be firing. Amazon chopping. I mean, this goes from 87, I guess 97. That's a nice $10 pop here. It just, I don't know how to really draw this. It just looks like a big dead zone. Just big dead zone. Like, it's not going to be able to get over this 99, 100 area, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's not even 100, 101. Come on. Yep, this area. Does it get there? That's always a good question. CRM popped yesterday. Nothing today. Opened low. Closed near the highs, but still lower high. We'll see. Chat GPT everywhere talking about it. Again, dumb money, probably chasing this. I'd watch the 96. Could you get up to 97, 98? Again, I'm not shorting them, but Meta, this is definitely on my radar. Back up, closes up near the highs. Is this a trap? Is this a trap? I mean, it loves to play games. I mean, maybe they'll just fire the whole workforce because nobody uses the app anymore. Like, Instagram is falling apart. People don't realize is that one of the things that kills Instagram long term is what? AI generated photos. You don't need inspiration from Instagram when you can just click into AI and here you go. Oh, I like that photo. You just describe it. Boom, pops right up. We'll see. Again, Facebook, Meta. I mean, it's like, where's Tom at from MySpace? We'll see. Watch that level. I mean, does it need a 200 handle? I don't know. Watching Microsoft, didn't do anything with it today. Feels very ominous here. I might just wait for it to get back under 263, but that seems like it could go down. NDAQ, we talked about this. Why is the NASDAQ so weak? Why is the NASDAQ exchange so weak? Because ain't nobody gonna be trading the NASDAQ except for the few folks on the stock twits who are like, I'm the AMD king. I'm the Apple king, Tesla king. Okay. Well, when commodities go bonkers, you guys will be bag holding tech. MicroStrategy, yeah, I mean, man, they're such a proxy for Bitcoin. It's tough. This thing has gotten slammed down. I personally would just leave it alone. Netflix rally today. I mean, this thing has gotten absolutely curb stomped. Probably watch this 100-day 313 area. Roblox couldn't get any continuation today. Just hammered a hammer. Tough to know. Tesla. I mean, there's a lot of reports out there that their sales are slowing and they can't get rid. Now, people are not buying even the used Teslas. Doji Day, need more information. Let's get into materials because this is where it should be very obvious. What's going on here? Look at letter X. Whoa! Not whoa, but you're kind of not surprised. We talk about double top and fail. Hits the trend line, 200-day, does it bounce? Okay, Nucor. Said double top, watch commodities. Blah, doesn't look that good. Caterpillar. God, I wish we would have got this at 255. Come on down, right? Chop, chop, chop down. Now, again, this is where I'm wondering if at some point commodities hold up a little better. Tech starts taking the next leg because at some point they all will look very similar. Right? Here you go. VALE. Arrow. Copper's been holding up so good. 20-day, 50-day broke. Maybe not. CCJ. 29. You shorted this. Oh, broke the 200-day cross. Ouch. Ouch. We'll see. CF. Again, talked about like, actually, let's go AA. I think I may have skipped this the other day. I don't remember. Yeah. Oh, economy's great. Boeing's doing good. Everything's great. Now, if these stocks get absolutely decimated, yes, love it. I mean, I'd love to see this make a new low and then chop around. Market's going to do what it's going to do. CF, I mean, the moo at some point, if you're ready. Ag names, I mean, I think you can buy those ETFs and sit on them for a while. Into the zone. CF, Mosaic, NTR, moo, whatever. Here you go. Mosaic, so strong. Strong like bull. Right back. Things that you don't see if the market's strong. NTR, hey, let's hit the 200-day. Right back down. Doesn't look that good. Financials, still lagging, leading, whatever you want to call, down. Today, yay, look at the little hammer. Okay, oversold, maybe. Hit some support. I mean, everything I'm reading, now again, people say it's the news, you're reading the news. No, I'm trying to get it from legitimate sources. The CDS blowing out, credit default swaps everywhere, even on government debt. I mean, there's a lot going on, and it's not really looking that good. Now, the market can do what the market needs to do. Financials will lead at some point down. Everybody goes with it. Does it need to break the 29? I don't know. I took a lot of puts off on FAS today, the ones that I bought for $5-6 and sold them for 30 something. I can't remember. And then immediately said to myself, all right, on any pop, I will just add a little bit back again because I can define my risk. And so I bought longer term 55 puts on the FAS. Where can the FAS go? I guess people were going to ask that. Where can the FAS go? Where can we go now? Remember, triple levered ETF, dog crap. I think you could go much lower. If we break these lows, 48, I don't know why you wouldn't go have, 40, 30 handle on it. Again, it gets uglier. Back to XLF, right? Remember, triple leverage ETFs decaying. Obviously, it's higher, or it's back near the lows, even though this isn't. Just keep an eye on it. JP Morgan, I asked people, if you flip this chart over, would you say it's a bullish or bearish? And if you saw it, you'd be like, oh, that's a gap to go higher. Well, what is this gap? To go lower? Yeah, I think so. Just a matter of time. When, if, how. Morgan Stanley, we talked about shorting. This one looked a little better with the head and shoulders top. Not like better, but just confirming. Gets under the 200-day. That's a big gap, man. 90 down to 86. Then doesn't get back over it. We'll see. I mean, maybe they could rally in the next couple of days. Either way, I've defined my risk on the majority of my shorts and financials, because again, I'd love to see a bigger bounce to reshort, and if it doesn't happen. That's the problem here, is we don't know. But as the things more move in your favor, what do you need to do? Take profits, trade around it. Again, another gap down. Goldman close at the high. Doesn't look terrible. Let's look at XBI. People talk about bios. Like, why would you want to buy bios? Again, chopping, slopping around. Remember, bios do not do well with high interest rates because they're always continuously borrowing money. They need to grow their pipeline, borrow money, higher interest rates. It's going to be harder. Again, I personally would not be looking at any biotech for the long term. I'd be looking, again, at commodities, industrials, materials. All right, moving right along. Where do we got to go? Oh, solar. Hello. Tan. Getting rawhided. Better hold the 73 area. Just watch that ENPH. Try to tell people it's not done. All right, back down, fills this gap, chopping. It's just a matter of when, not if. It's definitely going to hit that trend line. It's just, will it break it? If things are bad enough, it's going to go right through that trend line like it wasn't even there, especially chopping right above it. Sedge, nice little pop we talked about yesterday if you shorted that. This choppy stuff, once it breaks, obviously it's going to be the confluence of all these moving averages and range lows. Here, I'll draw the box. Hopefully it seems very clear here. I'm trying to think what the high volume candle. Oh, that's down there. I would probably say this, and then obviously 200-day. Hopefully it'll be up there in a day or two. I'd be watching that. First solar, trying to break real hard. Man, Doji today, really wanted to see it close under 212. Didn't. Just kind of is what it is. Oil, slam, jam, city. Again, that's not, if you're bullish the market, oil getting beaten. Today's action, could it be a bottom? Like, you always have to keep that in your mind. I mean, if inflation rears back because the feds are trying to figure this out, we have to be on red alert for any scenario. So keep an eye on it. Natural gas, again, I just say leave this alone, UNG, whatever. XOP, talked about it breaking the mid-120s. It'd be game over. This is a gap down. That is not that great. Into the next, this is the max down side zone, down. I guess, I don't know where I had it, moved it around. It was obviously expanded. I would say probably now down to here. That's what I'd be watching. Your favorite ExxonMobil, we talked about things that aren't bullish, right? When it was supposedly going to break out on the monthly, comes back. We talked about you could short this. Nice little trade, 114 down to 100 today. Not too bad. Holding the 200-day, I don't trust it, right? Occidental, finally just bust below the range lows. Okay. It needs to hold this next box. Downside target zones, needs to hold that box. I'm sorry, PXD, please go up for my friend here. He's kind of crazy. Yeah, gap down. Ooh, that just doesn't, and close at the low. That just does not look good. Does not look good. I don't know how else to say it. Sorry. That's not my fault. I didn't make it go down. EQT, again, such a dog, making new lows. Let's end it with Flex LNG. Again, I like this name. Pullback. What do we talk about? Upper 20s. All right, coming in. We'll see. That's the first downside target, but could it get back into the mid-20s? That would be the best. All right, if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, please reach out. I appreciate all the love, support, the donations. Again, people getting super kind of nutty with the market, trying to be, I don't know. If you want to be right all the time intraday, good luck. You're literally trading headlines. You're trying to anticipate rumors. You're really trying to get in front of a market that at any point is playing games. And so that's where I'd rather play my levels, set my stops, define my risk, and let it ride. If you have any questions, please reach out. I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.